I showed my workplace bully what being honest really feels like and got him fired. I started working at this marketing company 6 months ago and immediately knew I made a huge mistake. The office was like a frat house where grown men acted like they never left college. But there was one guy who was the worst of all of them. His name was Jake, and he was about 30 years old. He always said he was just being honest and believed in free speech. But really, he was just a mean person who enjoyed making others feel bad. He would make comments about people's looks, their weight, their clothes, basically anything he could think of to hurt them. The worst part was how he treated the women in our office. He told our pregnant coworker Lisa that he couldn't understand how her husband didn't cheat on her yet because she looked like a cow now. He made comments about girls being too flat or too fat. He called the younger guys weak or said they weren't man enough. I have ADHD and used to struggle with saying mean things without thinking when I was younger. I spent years in therapy learning how to control those impulses and be a better person. But watching Jake every day was pushing me to my limit. I'd been job hunting for 3 months but couldn't find anything that paid the same, so I was stuck there. Other coworkers had complained to HR about Jake multiple times, but they just gave him warnings and nothing ever changed. 3 weeks ago, I finally snapped. Jake came up to me during lunch and said I was basically a dude because I didn't have enough chest. Without thinking, I looked right at him and asked if he was going bald or if his forehead was always that big and weird looking. You should have seen his face. He got all red and couldn't think of anything to say back. For the first time ever, someone had given him a taste of his own medicine. After that, every time Jake tried to insult someone, I would fire back. When he made fun of someone's outfit, I'd comment on his cheap cologne. When he called someone stupid, I'd ask if that's what his dad used to call him before he left. The breaking point came during our New Year's party planning meeting. I was telling everyone about this huge dinner I cooked over the holidays, and they were all impressed. Jake walks over and starts making his usual nasty comments about how I probably eat too much anyway. That's when I said the thing that ended everything. I looked him dead in the eye and said, "See, this is exactly why your daddy left you." Then just continued my conversation like nothing happened. Jake's mouth fell open. The whole room went quiet. He turned bright red, grabbed his stuff, and walked straight to HR. The next day, I got called in for a meeting with Human Resources. I thought I was about to get fired for sure, but something amazing happened instead. Turns out my coworkers had been watching everything, and seeing me finally stand up to Jake gave them courage. They all decided to file official complaints against him at the same time, with specific dates and examples of his behavior. When HR realized they had 15 separate complaints about Jake from the past 6 months, and that I was just defending myself and others, everything changed. Jake got fired that same week for creating a hostile work environment. My supervisor even thanked me privately for helping expose how bad things had gotten. She said other departments had been complaining about Jake too, but nobody wanted to be the first to speak up. Now our office is actually a nice place to work. People smile more, joke around in a friendly way, and nobody's walking on eggshells anymore. Sometimes the only way to stop a bully is to speak their language.